What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Shabazz. Welcome to the channel. I know. Long time no see. I know. I missed you guys so much. I know you guys missed my ting. But Bleacher Report, they had an article. I will leave it in the description as well. But training camp, mini camp is about to start soon. So they had trades that kind of will like shake up the league a little bit. And so I read a little bit of the article and I was like, some of them was trash, but some of them actually piqued my interest, not gonna lie. So out of the third, because every team made a trade, so out of every team, there was like 8 or 9 trades that I was like, that's definitely a discussion kind of worthy topic. So that's what we're gonna do. I got nattybaps in the scene. So I know you got missed him. Before we get started, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend. Haven't done this in a while, so
from the diaphragm.
Let's get right. Oh shit. So the first one is obviously when we trade out, we don't need to know the package deals because obviously it will differ, but the star player going to a different team. Okay.
Yeah, and let me just say this too. For those who are not necessarily into NFL or more into the business of the NFL, cap situations, draft picks, extra stuff, like there's so much variability that goes into this that like we can't necessarily predict it to come true. But as Shabazz said, it's highlight player, star player going to a different team. How would that make that team actually be better or worse type stuff?
Indeed. So the first trade would be Robert Quinn to the Cardinals.
Oh, okay. Did they say for who? Right? They just said
no. There were no players involved, but just there's like I think a 5th round pick. So the Bears would trade Robert Quinn to the Cardinals. I think it would help the Cardinals be more competitive, and it would like feed towards the Bears. Like, not I wouldn't say tanking, but let's keep it a stack. They're kind of tanking right now at the expense of Justin Fields and his potential, but they're kind of tanking. They let go of Camille Mack for the low. They got rid of Allen Robinson. Just didn't even want to try to get him back. Like,
hold on that thought. They got rid of Allen Robinson because he got hurt. He's a little like dinged up, and that's one. 2, Khalil Mack. I think he's like 30 something. Yes, he's a return of the Mack. Like that's Mack. His Hall of Fame right there. But contract, money just didn't work out. And he also was hurt for like the past 2 years as well. Like he didn't play a full season. So they released those 2 players. Yes, Justin Fields rookie, but like it made sense. You didn't like it, but it made sense. But with Robert Quinn, he just had like the single season for the Bears franchise record in sacks last year. And if the Cardinals are able to pair him with an aging J.J. Watt, with Isaiah Simmons, who has potential, and I forgot. Oh, Chandler Jones.
Chandler Jones is on the Raiders, bro.
They trade. Oh, boom. That's even worse. Boom. They traded Chandler Jones to the Raiders, or boom. Now replace him with Robert Quinn. Perfect. Makes sense. Chef's kiss. Work out the details later with your mama. But yeah. Argue with your mama, but that makes sense.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. It's like a win-win for both sides because on one end, the Cardinals need to, especially in that division, they need to boost up in the defensive side, especially the defensive line. And then for the Bears, they can get some trade assets or some draft assets for future drafts with the Robert Quinn trade. So this one wasn't really like the player I'm about to mention. He's not a star player, or he's an average player. Don't get me wrong. He was just put in a really bad situation in the circumstances. Like when he was drafted, it was like, damn, like, feel me? So Jalen Reagor to the Falcons, right? So as I mentioned, he got drafted in 2019 with Justin Jefferson. The Eagles picked him over Jefferson, and Jefferson's a 2-time All-Pro, 2-time Pro Bowler. Like, he's been like Hall of Fame trajectory, like off the rip. I believe the top 3 receiver in the league, maybe top 1. Argue with your mama, whatever. Have that discussion in the barbershop, whatever. I just got a haircut, you know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like with Jalen Reagor, especially with Devontae Smith being the number 2 receiver and AJ Brown being the number 1 receiver, to have a featured role in the offense, I feel like he would need a fresh start with Atlanta. Whether it
Yeah,
be Marcus Mariota or Desmond Ridder, whoever wins the starting QB job, which I believe will be Mariota, but especially with Calvin Ridley out for the year with the gambling thing. So, like, they have nobody. Russell Gage went to Tampa. The other guy is Kyle Pitts and Cordero.
okay. So everyone addressed it in the draft. They were like, the Falcons have nobody. I forget who they drafted in the first round. I
Oh,
think
Drake London.
Jake London. So they have a big body receiver out of USC, right? Jalen Reagor, supposedly, I say supposedly because on the field it wasn't really shown. He's a speedster, right? So we have Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Cordell Patterson, right? That was a good triplet right there. Adding a Jalen Reagor is a good thing. Always adding someone who can get a fresh start, as you said, always going to be a good thing. My problem with Jalen Reagor, and again, I'm not an Eagles fan. I don't watch the games that closely. But Butterfingers to the
Yo.
there's so many times this last year. I remember, especially against the Giants, that one game. I forget it was like late in the year, and the Giants were like still they're not buying for playoffs, but like they're trying to win. Oh, the Eagles trying to battle for playoff positioning. Fourth down, boom, not even a touchdown. It was like 30 seconds left. He did get the first down there, like the 4 yard line, and have a chance with Jalen Hurts to run it into the end zone. Drops it, fourth down, like in his hands. There was no yeah, he had to reach for it a little bit, but he's an NFL receiver. In his hands, drops. So Jalen Reagor, yes, getting a fresh start for Atlanta would be good, but he just have to work on his hands. But I like it for Atlanta because they get another receiver to pair up with Drake London and also Kyle Pitts. So
Yeah.
good, but it's him. I don't. It's him. Who is number 3 of the Bleacher Report trade? A dream trades.
Scotty Miller to the Ravens. I
Ooh,
like it. I like it a lot.
Miller.
He was underutilized in Tampa. Skip Bayless really makes that emphatically clear. Like, oh my God, he's like the fastest receiver in the league, debatably. You know what I'm saying? But like when we lost Hollywood, we lost a speedster. We lost that speed deep threat, right? So obviously Rashad Bateman's our number 1 receiver now, which I'm all for it. I'm rooting for the kid, but like we need a speedster. He's not a speedster. He's like a good route runner, good possession kind of guy. He's not a big guy, you know, but he's a
Right.
good route runner with possession potential. We need that speedster to burn through the defenses and keep them honest. So I wouldn't mind it all. And plus, Tampa, they got Godwin, they got Evans. Like they'll lose somebody, but like to
They
be
got
honest,
Russell Gage. So boom.
exactly. They got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Russell Gage now. Gronk just retired today. So for me, like, but they still got OJ Howard and Cameron Brate. So they set on the offensive side. So I feel like if they traded away Scotty Miller, it wouldn't really affect them as much. It would be more like a win for the Ravens.
I like it for the Ravens. I mean, you guys have Rashad Bateman and you guys have Miles Boykin. Shout out Notre Dame. Shout out Notre Dame. Um, and this might be blasphemous, but I forgot your tight end's name. Mark Andrews. Like he's my bad. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I'm sorry, bro. My bad. My bad. My bad. But you guys can have a potential, and with Lamar Jackson, the Mike Vick experience 2.0, y'all gonna be straight. Y'all kind of just always every team can use a good weapon like Scotty Miller. He was integral for that Tampa Bay championship like 2 years ago. So
Yeah,
add a champion, add some experience, make it happen. Word, I like it.
I like it as well. Trade number 4. Um, out of 3 potential, oh shit, my bad. Never mind. Jimmy G to the Panthers. Jimmy G to the Panthers. I'm not too fond of it, to be honest. I think he needs a fresh start somewhere else. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it because Jimmy G, he's a proven winner. Like he everywhere he goes, like he doesn't show it on his stat sheet, but he makes winning plays, right? And to be honest, the Panthers have a very loaded roster. Defensive line is good, cornerbacks is good. Like offense, you got McCaffrey. He can stay freaking uninjured, like stay healthy throughout the season. DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, and then I think Marshall Jr., Terrence Marshall from LSU from last year. He didn't really
Tommy
feature
Tremble,
much.
shout out Notre Dame, tight end. Hold on.
Oh yeah, like for me, so they have pieces that they can make it work. I feel like if they had a quarterback that can like utilize the best of the pieces around them, then it'll be okay. So I don't know. I just don't know how. I can't imagine Jimmy G in a Panthers uniform. It would be crazy though going against Tom Brady twice a year though. That's like TV right there by itself. I don't know.
Okay. So everyone knows I'm a Saints fan, like NFC South representative. So I play close attention to the NFC South. You named a lot of good things on defense. Yes, defense is legit. Robbie Anderson and Kurt. No, it's not Curtis Samuel. Forgot to boom.
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore. Thank you. Christian McCaffrey is the biggest question mark on that entire team. Can he stay healthy? Also, offensive line, definitely shaky. Jimmy G just got hurt, his shoulder. So having him go to a suspect offensive line does not do wonders for you. Now, I'm not saying don't get a quarterback, because I think a lot of people have been talking about it, Baker Mayfield. But Baker Mayfield also has his own situation with Cleveland. Wow, boom. Look at the segue. Look at the segue. So Panthers shouldn't make a trade for one of those two guys, Jimmy G or Baker Mayfield. With the Browns, though, and you mentioned it in your scheduled video, how long is Deshaun Watson going to be out? Is it going to be a year? Is it going to be 8 weeks? Is it going to be 6, 7, 12? That's a whole separate can of worms, because if you trade Baker Mayfield, assuming, he's only going to be out 8 weeks, the Browns have a win right now roster. Just like last year. 2 running backs, Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, probably the best 2 running backs in in terms of tandem in the league. You lost your receivers, right? But David Njoku, dope. Defense flies out, and the offensive line's awesome, right? I need a kind of like you kind of just mentioned with the Panthers. You need a quarterback to steady the ship, make sure it does not fall apart. Baker Mayfield, what is he also coming off of? Shoulder injury. So you got 2 quarterbacks who can win with like game manager, make sure they don't ruin the game kind of stuff. But they both are coming out for shoulder injuries. Panthers make a move on one of them. But with the other team, because we also have the 49ers, Trey Lance. He's about to be, second year? Hasn't played much. Hasn't played much football at all, actually. So there's a lot of question marks on both teams. But would I like the Panthers to make a move? As a Saints fan, no, because I think Sam Darnold's trash. But as a just objective football fan, yes, Panthers make a move for one of those 2. Because one of those 2 is going to be better than what Sam Darnold gives you. Because Sam Darnold, we already seen, he's not that guy. So Panthers make a move on one of those 2. I don't know which one, but make a move because they're better than what you currently have on your roster.
I agree. You mentioned it there as well. Like it's not feel me news that I'm not the biggest Baker Mayfield guy. You feel me? It's not news at all. Like all my friends know me. Like I cannot stand this.
You hate this.
Hate is a strong word. I don't know.
Hates Grant Williams. You hate Baker Mayfield,
bro.
All right. Who's number 5 or the 5th trade?
Well, it was Baker to the thing. So the 6th trade is Chuck Clark to the Cowboys, because we already have we got Marcus Williams in the offseason, and we got drafted Kyle Hamilton, child Notre Dame. Yes sir. So I feel like, and plus his contract coming up at the end of this year anyway. So it would be a win-win, because we want to get, especially we drafted him 14 over. No, was it 14? 14 overall for me. Like we drafted him for the expectation that he was going to help us out, right? And then Marcus Williams, we paid him all that money. Why we not going to play him as well? So I fuck with Chuck Clark heavy, but I feel like if we can get some draft capital from the Cowboys, because we know how to draft well. we could take it and flip it easily. We did it this year. You feel me? We did it this year. We've done it years past. So we know how to draft. We know how to draft and develop, not just draft, but and develop our players as well. We're one of the best in the
defense, especially
defense,
You guys have-
especially. So we drafted Calvin Hamilton with the hopes that he becomes like not trying we blasphemous, but like the next Ed Reed. That's the hope that we have for me. Pro Bowls, All Pros, etc. Chuck Clark, he was serviceable, but and he was a very good like a cognitive defensive machine that we have. But I feel like if he can get to the Cowboys, he will be absolutely beloved by Cowboys Nation because I think Keanu Neal and some other guy like they're not Chuck Clark. They're not. They're not. And the Cowboys, they need to work on their defense. They got Micah, they got Trayvon, but they had someone in the back end to man everything down. I think the Cowboys would really appreciate that trade. So it's a good trade. Obviously, it would suck to see a Raven go. It's never fun to see Ravens go, but schematically for us, we don't see. I can't see where he fits.
Whatever the Ravens do, Ravens are one of the few franchises where like they make a decision. It's like, all right, you don't really question it. It's like, okay, like,
Right. Plus, he's looking to get paid too. So like after this year, between paying Lamar, y'all better fucking pay Lamar. Yeah, y'all better play my man. Stop playing with him. Y'all just played Mark Andrews. Y'all about to play Lamar. What are you talking about? You feel me? We just played on Marlon Humphrey. So like we got a lot of players that are like on our payroll. So we got 3 more trades. Saquons to the Chiefs.
to the Chiefs.
To the Chiefs, trading CEH. I remember that one because it was saying CEH to the Giants for Saquon, right? And I'm like, you got a hungry Saquon who's been injury. Like, he actually was pretty healthy last night, not gonna lie. But like, he wasn't the most injured, like most like healthy he could be. So you got a hungry Saquon waiting for a winning franchise with playoff implications and potentially going to a Super Bowl. I feel like within an Andy Reid schemes with Patrick Mahomes, with Saquon, you got Juju, Travis Kelce, MVS, McCole Hardman, and then Saquon. That would be kind of fire. Like, what you trying to get a Super right now? Like, Saquon's right at this point in his career, he's still young, but I feel like he's only in name only. He gotta get that redemption. The redemption. So, yeah, he has to redeem himself to be the Saquon that was like the next Barry Sanders prospect that Max Kellerman was dick routing all throughout his fucking draft process. You feel me? So he needs a fresh start because the Giants, they just got a new coach. There's really some severe instability within the organization. Danny Jones. Yeah, so I feel like Saquon to the Chiefs, as crazy as it sounds, I feel like that's potential though.
Okay. So I love Clyde Edwards-Helaire, firstly, right? LSU. I'm not the biggest LSU fan, but like again, like I know college football. So Clyde Edwards-Helaire is good. He's undersized though, but he does have a lot of breakaway speed. I will say Saquon for him does work. But man, that's one of those trades I never thought about it. Because this is my live reaction to this, like straight off the cut. I like it. I don't know how Giants fans will like it, but I don't mind it. I actually don't mind it at all, actually, because all of the things you said, a fresh start for Saquon would be a good thing. So, but damn, the Chiefs though, what? I don't. Damn, the Chiefs would get another good player. So I'm like, yo, jeez. But hey, go for it, bro. I like it. Go ahead, Saquon. Go to the Chiefs and be a contributor, and not just the overall concern. Because the Giants, like that 3 or 2 year stretch, yes, rookie year Saquon was good, but then like 2 years back to back or 3 years is like he's the only person on offense. Like have him be a part of a good offense and not just the whole offense. So. Yeah, make it happen.
I feel like he's not like a Derrick Henry type because Derrick Henry could be the entire offense and that could get you like 10 wins off the rip. But Saquon, he's not as big. And he's strong, but he's not like he got the leg strength. Yeah, but I don't. He's not Derrick Henry stiff arming motherfuckers through the ether strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't take that constant beating. I feel like with that spread offense that the Chiefs like to run, opens up the doors for less box people in the box, and then he could just eat up that way. Cause he's still elusive as fuck. All he needs is to beat one, boom, 5 yards. Another one, 10 yards. And it's just like chunking chunks and chunks and chunks. So Saquon to the Chiefs, as crazy as it sounds, it definitely, like, now that I think about it, it has the potential to be something special. Kenny Galladay to the Ravens. Talking about, speaking of the Giants taking pieces away from the Giants. But he did not pan out the way that no one.
He everyone, just got to the Giants,
bro.
Is this a product of Daniel Jones?
He was injured. He was injured for like half the season.
Exactly. But he got hurt. He gets hurt a lot. I love
bro. It's a part of Daniel Jones. Bro, it's a part of Daniel Jones as well. When you don't have a single touchdown catch, bro. That's both sides. It's him and Daniel Jones. It's both. I feel like he just got paid, which is awesome. So if the Ravens picked him up, it won't. I didn't think he didn't break the market when he got traded. I think he had like $100 million. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? I know we're trying to save as much money as possible for Lamar, but getting him a big possession receiver for those 50-50s.
That's literally what you mentioned it just now. You're about to try to pay Lamar. I don't think you guys. I know I know in the beginning we said that we're going to talk about contracts and stuff like that, but this time we actually kind of have to because Lamar is going to break the market. Y'all don't have a lot of funds for someone who he didn't break the funds last year, but Kenny Galladay is going to be a lot like in terms of money. Y'all don't have it like that.
This contract is a 4-year, $72 million.
4 years, 72.
Well, technically 3 years for 64. No, not 64. No. Yeah, no.
18
a
year. So
18 a year. So 3 years for 54. Sorry. 3 years for 54. We can pay that.
All right. Can pay that. That's your team. That I see nothing. I hear nothing. It's your team, bro. Like it. If you like it, I love it.
We can pay that though. No cap.
If you like it, I love it. But in terms of receiver though, yes, you get another receiver. I'm not saying, he's not a good. He's a fantastic receiver. The only question I have is just money. But get him if you can get him.
Get him where we can. If we can get him, we can spare that change. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get that. All right. And now the last trade, because I know this video is fucking long as shit. Baker to the Seahawks. Talking about a win-win on both sides where he'll have like a fresh start. Feel me? I mean, the only thing for me with Baker in Seattle would be like letting because Russell Wilson left like a big fucking like hole to fill, big shoe to fill.
Yeah.
So everyone's gonna be, can he fill up Russell Wilson's shoes and all that? Because they're both undersized quarterbacks. Like the media is gonna be on that. But I feel like with DK Metcalf, with Tyler Lockett, with Chris Carson, I think they drafted someone else. I think the guy from Michigan State.
Oh, Rashad? No, not Rashad.
Not Rashad Penny.
Kenneth Walker.
Yeah. So like they have pieces offensively. They need to work on their offensive line, which is going to be a change of pace because going from the best offensive line arguably to one of the worst is going to be like, oh shit, he's not that mobile to begin with. He's coming off an injury like you mentioned, and the defense is trash. Besides Quandre and Jamal Adams, and even then, Jamal Adams is like he's an average safety, above average safety now. Like he's not the top tier that we thought he was gonna be. And Bobby Wagner just left, so like they're in a cultural rebuild, I would say, because Bobby Wagner and Russell Wilson are both gone. So Baker Mayfield coming into that situation wouldn't be the worst thing. Because Drew Lock is not better than Baker Mayfield. As much as I shit on the guy, he'll be the best quarterback they have in the situation, and he can grow with the receivers. and make some magic happen. They probably won't win a lot of games because of that division is fucking brutal. But someone who could take that, who knows a bad division like that, because he played in the AFC North with the Ravens, the Steelers, and the Bengals, someone who knows how that adversity, you feel me? I think that would work. I think that would work.
I like it. I was just literally thinking, I'm like, that division though, the NFC West
That division, though, it's crazy.
is probably NFC West and the AFC North are probably the two toughest divisions in football. And yeah, so that's just in the AFC West. Those three are the toughest divisions in football. And I'm like, to go from the defensive juggernaut of the AFC North to go to another defensive juggernaut in the AFC West, that's like, dude, like, you can't catch a break. That's why I was like, if you can go to the Panthers, that'd probably be better because, like, yeah, the Saints have a great defense and the Bucks do, but Atlanta doesn't have much. So I mean, he needs. We kind of mentioned it with that Baker Mayfield segment. Get him a fresh start somewhere. And yes, that the Russell Wilson comparisons will be happening, but they already know they're in the rebuild. They know in their rebuild. They traded Bobby Wagner, who was also another franchise pillar. So 2 franchise pillars gone. The only person left is DK, Lockett, and Jamal Adams. Other than that, you don't really have a lot of like stars. So trade him, trade him, get rid of him,
Trade him.
get rid of him. Can't play with him. Can't coach him.
Can't win with him. Oh man, but it should be interesting to see if there's any trades that happen. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for today. These are some of the trades that I found interesting via Beacher Report. They're not normally the best source of content, but for me, but when you're bored and you want to surf the web, you might find something that like might want to ruffle some feathers. So that's what we found out today. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed. This will be the first of many new videos coming out with between me and Natty Baps, because you know the vibes. You know what I'm saying. But before we dip, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.